Something that I think would be fun for us to do together.
Okay.
Is to figure out which Pokemon would be each sign. Because you know a lot about Pokemon, and I know a lot about astrology.
Yes.
So we can kind of maximize our joint sleigh.
Yes, I like that a lot.
So
we've talked about doing this before too.
We have talked about it.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm like trying to think of the best way to do it. Should we start with like the most popular Pokemon and describe them, or like?
Well, there's like so. Are you thinking like assign a particular Pokemon to
a particular
each sign?
Each
Okay.
sign, yes.
Okay, so I think like for what's helpful for me, it's also because like I'm planning my birthday party and like I want everybody to dress up like a Pokemon, and so people have been texting me, and they've been like, I don't know what the fuck, like who the fuck I'm gonna be.
You got to do a vision board.
Yeah, and no, literally, I'm like, send me 2 pictures of like nature that you liked being in, and then like tell me what your favorite animals are, and
I love that.
I can put that together. So if there's like any descriptors for the signs, that works. There's also Pokemon that are literally like based off of like, zodiac signs. So it's like,
are they any good, or are they kind of like?
Some of them are good.
Okay.
I mean, it's also like there's crabs, there's goats, there's fish. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be hard to figure out.
Yeah.
But
I feel like we have to go with personality over necessarily exact animal.
I agree.
But we can start at the top with Aries, because Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, anyways. So, have you thought about which Pokemon might be Aries? Do you know what Aries is?
I mean, yeah, I know as I am one.
Right.
They're extremely hot-headed.
Sure.
They don't like being wrong.
That's true.
Very stubborn, very energetic.
Some of these are coming from your other placements, I'll say.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah,
but very energetic for sure.
Yeah.
Leaders, very like leader vibes.
Yeah. And I think it would probably be a fire type if I had to.
A fire type.
If I had to guess.
Okay.
That seems like obvious, but like.
Well, Aries is a fire sign.
Yeah. I know, but the hot-headed thing really makes me think of like that's kind of what would.
Are there any of them with fire as hair? Seems like something that could happen.
Fire is hair.
I'm picturing like Hades and Hercules.
Hades from Hercules. Yes, I'm trying to think.
He was hot to me, by the way.
I
would have fucked any of the Hercules characters, if I'm honest.
That's fair.
Any of them.
I liked the pretty lady.
We all liked Megara.
Megara, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So
no, I'm literally
Pokemon.
I'm literally sitting here trying to think if there are any that have fire for hair. I know there are some that have what's it called? Like fire on their tail, you know?
Oh, that could
like again, this is gonna sound like industry plant, like because this is like the Pokemon that everybody who like watched it as a kid but doesn't really like follow it now says, which is like Charizard.
Okay, so this is interesting because
did you also put down Charizard?
I know nothing about Pokemon, but I did find a post that had one linked to each one, so that I could be like, what do you think? Yeah. And Aries was Charizard.
Yeah. Well, and part of it is not even just like, because just to the hot-headed, like stubborn aspect of it, like, in the original anime, Ash has a Charmander, and eventually that Charmander evolves into a Charizard. Okay. And as soon as it evolves into a Charizard, it like stops listening to him. And so it's like the strongest Pokemon on his team. Yeah. And like it would easily sweep like any opponent. He is good, but he's like literally just always like chilling, like just like fuck you, like not listening. He comes in clutch when Ash needs him to. Sure. But he like genuinely like his character trait is that he doesn't respect Ash until like way later down the line.
I see that for Aries.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, like you say, like, oh, I know this is like the basic one everyone says when they liked, but like that's kind of Aries' vibe. Yeah. Like Aries is the main character, low key.
100%.
So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this description here says fiery, bold, and always ready to lead the charge.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, it's like definitely like one of the most popular Pokemon. It's like him and Pikachu. That's it. Okay.
Those are the only two I could name.
Yeah.
Okay. So next we have Taurus. So McKenna's a Taurus, as you know.
McKenna's a Taurus.
Taurus is very stubborn.
Right.
That's kind of the stubborn one.
Because I'm a Taurus moon.
Yeah, and you know that.
I know.
Perfect.
I know my shit, I think.
Okay. But yeah, Tauruses are very stubborn. They are, steady, slow, a little bit simple.
Okay.
They don't like to be rushed.
Okay.
Are any Pokemon coming to mind?
Interesting. Well, there is, what's funny, and I don't know, I don't think this is the one we're going to land on. There is a Pokemon just called Tauros.
Sure. Well, I mean, the simplicity of that is giving Taurus, but
there is one literally called Tauros, and
sure.
it's just a bull. I mean, it's like the early Pokemon days where like they were not that creative, and so it's like, here's this bull named Bull. Like, there's a crab named Krabby. Like, there's a spoiler for when we get to Cancer. But easygoing, like probably like Slowpoke, I think. Could be a good option.
I want to say also Taurus is very dependable.
And well, Slowpoke is a psychic type. That's pretty. Okay, so easygoing.
A psychic type. Yeah. I don't think Taurus is going to be a psychic.
Water psychic. Okay. So all right. So then this is where I can kind of consult you on this. What type would you associate with Tauros? Because like Aries is easy, right?
Taurus is an earth sign.
Earth sign. Okay.
So
probably rock type,
of the earth,
ground type, something like that. Maybe.
Yeah. I could see like a rock.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like easygoing. Read me the description again one more time.
Of Taurus?
Of Taurus.
It was off the dome, but
all right, whatever.
But I can tell you.
Off the dome. Yeah, tell me one more time. Just
they are loyal, dependable, a little bit simple. They are kind of slow. They don't like to be rushed.
Okay. They don't like to be rushed.
They are very into beauty as well because they're ruled by Venus.
Very into beauty. Interesting. Well, what's nice is like pretty much every ground and rock type is really slow.
Okay, perfect.
Like they have a very low base speed.
Sure.
That's just for the ball knowers out there. Damn. But there's just so many you could pick from. Obsessed with beauty is interesting. Are there any pretty ground types?
What this person put, I kind of don't like as the answer, but I will tell you what it was. They said Snorlax.
When you said simple, Snorlax also popped into my head.
Okay. That, I guess, makes sense.
And Snorlax is pretty loyal, too. Also a Pokemon that Ash has. But it's a little basic, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I would maybe go Onyx.
Onyx, okay.
Onyx is you can like edit it in here. Or I can just Google a picture of it. It's basically just a big snake made of rocks.
Oh, that's cool.
And it is slow.
Yeah.
And it is simple. It has it has some of the lowest base stats in the entire game.
Sure.
And obsessed with beauty doesn't really apply, but there is an Onyx in the anime that's like made of crystal. It's the crystal Onyx.
That's
so
pretty.
That could be. This is what Onyx looks like. I don't know if that screams Tauros to you, but it's literally just a big.
Honestly, I could see it.
Rock snake.
I could see it.
And it is loyal. That's it's Brock's signature Pokemon, and also I'm playing the game Pokopia right now.
Sure.
Which is like you build houses for it's all the rage. If you know, you know. But like Onyx is like he helps you very early on in the game. So,
okay.
Yeah, Onyx.
Good.
Lock it in.
So okay, Onyx. Next we have Gemini.
So Gemini is going to be something that has two of them.
Probably, yeah.
But continue.
I don't well, Geminis are very like quick-witted, clever, smart, flaky. Yeah. Okay. Not super dependable.
Okay.
They're two-faced as most people say, but I say, "Oh, what's wrong with being adaptable?"
Okay. Interesting. I want to go from some other regions because so far we've just done the first generation. But
is there anything that like changes based on like its surroundings or like who it's with or whatever?
Yeah, there are Pokemon that evolve from friendship. There are Pokemon that change form in the weather. Oh. Like there's a Pokemon called Cast Form that is like a little cloud, and he turns into like a rain cloud when it's raining, or a little like sunbeam when it's sunny.
Wait, that's so cute.
He's pretty cool. I do think Gemini would maybe lean more in the psychic category.
Okay.
I think. One thing that comes up when I think of flaky is Oh, actually, I got it.
Okay.
So it's called Executor.
Executor.
It is, it's a palm tree with 3 heads, so more than 2, but like, multiple faces.
Yeah.
And it's a grass psychic type. It is, I would say it's quick-witted.
Okay.
It's kind of goofy.
Okay.
It's kind of silly. Yeah.
Gemini's pretty silly.
Yeah.
Gemini likes to have fun. It's like a youthful. It's like childish. Almost.
Oh yeah, they're always smiling.
Okay.
And they're flaky too. You can catch them in the safari zone, but they run away. Sometimes.
That's really classic Gemini.
And they can learn teleport, which allows you to escape from any battle.
Oh, I could see a Gemini having that.
Yeah. I was gonna say Abra initially, but Abra's just like a little guy.
Okay.
And like Executor, I feel like with the multiple faces kind of leans into that.
Yeah, I like the multiple faces.
That's what I think.
This post said Ditto.
I could see Ditto. Ditto can transform into any Pokemon. That's like its whole thing.
Oh.
And it's also
so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's also the only thing it can do.
Oh.
Yeah. So
well.
that might be better, honestly. I mean, I can't argue with that. Like
that could work.
Its whole thing is literally just turning into something else. Like that's all it does.
Honestly, Gemini's way in. Okay. Oh God. Cancer.
Okay, so this one's easy because there's like 100 crabs, but go ahead.
But is okay?
I'm picking a crab, but I will pick the crab based on the content of its character and not the color of its shell.
I could have done like you pick a crab one for each. Knowing you. So I'm a Cancer, as you know.
Yes.
Cancers are very nurturing.
Okay.
We're very moody, incredibly manipulative.
Okay.
Kind of like sweet, but like you kind of know they're not.
Interesting.
Of course, like they're a crab because we have a hard outer shell and a very soft inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I actually might. This is gonna be kind of crazy, but I think instead of crab, I might go crawdad.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which I think still applies because it's a crustacean.
Sure.
There is a Pokemon called Crawdaunt.
Okay.
And it is it is water dark type.
Ooh.
And I feel like the dark type is like generally like associated with like kind of like what you said, like manipulation. Like
okay.
It's all of its moves are kind of about like tricking your opponent, you know? Like there's an attack called feint, and the idea is that you're like pretending to attack and then they let their guard down and then you and then you hit them.
Yeah, that's pretty Cancer.
So like just because Crawdaunt has like the dark typing associated with it, I think it works a little bit better than like Kingler or Crabominable.
Okay.
So I'm locking in Crawdaunt.
Right. All right. I like that. Crawdaunt.
Yeah.
Crawdaunt.
Like daunting, but like Crawdaunt.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's got a little guy named Corfish that he evolves from, and he's just like a cute little.
That's pretty good.
Crawdad, you know.
This post says Jigglypuff, which seems a little basic to me.
It is basic, but I can see where you would get that from.
Yeah.
But it's also like in game, no. In the show, absolutely.
Okay.
And actually, you're gonna love this. It's very you. Jigglypuff is basically just this Jigglypuff that like walks around and it will sing to anybody that it sees.
That is very Cancer.
Yeah. And then what happens is in the Pokemon games, sing makes you fall asleep.
Oh, interesting.
And so Jigglypuff will show up and it'll put on a concert for everybody. It'll sing and everybody will fall asleep. And then when it finishes singing, it looks around and sees that everybody falls asleep and it gets really upset. And it pulls out a marker and just draws on everybody's faces and then leaves.
For that.
Yeah. So that is it's a very oboe Pokemon.
I'm like, that better not be happening at my karaoke birthday party.
Yeah, so I could definitely see Jigglypuff being. I'm sticking with Crawdaunt just because.
Yeah.
We gotta stay true to the crustacean nature, but I do think Jigglypuff is a good pick.
Yeah. Okay. Leo.
Well, there's a bunch of lions, but go ahead.
Yes, Leo is
also every time you've been like this one, I'm like, there's a ton of animals like that.
Yeah. So obviously, like they're the lion. They're very prideful. They have a high ego. But they're also very creative and very supportive.
Okay.
I would say very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Like in an exaggerated way.
Okay. You said trustworthy too? Or did I make that up?
They're loyal.
They're loyal. Okay. Loyal, dramatic, over the top, you said? Or like
they're pretty over the top.
Pretty over the top. Loyal, dramatic, over the top. I'm thinking about the lions in the Pokemon world, and they're kind of just lions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really apply. I would maybe go Arcanine.
Okay. What is that?
Arcanine is a dog. It's a fire type. It's a big like
opposite of a cat.
Yeah, but like it has lion vibes about it.
Okay.
It's a big dog.
Yeah.
It is orange and it honestly looks more like a tiger, but which is a cat, so kind of back to that.
Right.
And it's a very loyal Pokemon. Like it's probably because it's like the first like dog Pokemon they ever made.
Yeah.
But I also think fire type kind of works. I think over the top it has a ability called Intimidate. Which cuts Pokemon's attack in half whenever it comes out on the field. Okay. And it has Roar, which can make people switch out. Extreme Speed is like a high priority move. Lion. Yeah, Roar is Lion. Probably why it has that attack. And I think also it has this move called Extreme Speed, which is it like does so much damage, and so kind of a paper thin argument. But
I liked it. Yeah. They went like so basic with it. They said Pikachu.
I mean, Pikachu is dramatic. This is made by somebody who only watches the anime.
Probably.
For sure. This is like I'm for sure this is someone that just watched Pokemon when they, which like I'm also picking mostly Pokemon from the first generation.
Yeah.
Crawdon's from Gen 3, but
sure.
But like I feel like I have more niche reasoning. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That is hilarious. Okay, Virgo.
Tell me about Virgo.
Virgos are particular. They're perfectionists. They are service oriented. They want to help people, but they are like very particular about like their things and their people.
I am gonna say there's a couple ways I could go here actually. It's definitely gonna be like a generally very feminine Pokemon, I would say. There are a lot of it's weird. There are a lot of grass types.
Okay.
In Pokemon that look
an earth sign.
That they're like plants and they look like beautiful women.
That's kind of, I mean, Virgo's like the maiden. That makes sense, kind of.
It's like plants with like big hips, and it's like, who is the horny guy with a potted plant on his desk that is coming up with these Pokemon? You know,
I actually don't want to know him.
Yeah. So I'm like leaning that direction. Yeah. I am also I'm also thinking about this one Pokemon called Gardevoir. Who is the bit is that she's the one that looks the most like just a human lady.
Sure.
But there's also a thing with Gardevoir where like they're very protective of their trainers.
Okay.
And so like their lore is that like if your trainer's ever in like a lot of danger and there's no way you're gonna win, Gardevoir will like use all of its psychic power to create a black hole. Wow. And it will suck up it'll win the battle, but it will like destroy the Gardevoir. Okay. So there's like they explore that in a bunch of like the spin-off games and stuff like that. So that is something where it's like, like very serving person, just like willing to put your entire existence on the line for what's it called? Just to protect someone you care about deeply. Yeah. So that's kind of the other, I think maybe Gardevoir might be the move there.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said Alakazam.
Alakazam is what Abra evolves into, and I don't really get that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
It says precise, intelligent, and always 5 steps ahead, which.
Well, it is like.
Yes.
It's known for being like a genius.
Okay.
It's a smart Pokemon. Okay. It's
also Virgo wrote this.
Yeah, but it's a psychic type. It is like it holds spoons. that it bends with its mind. And I think if it loses the spoons, it gets really upset. So I could see aspects of it. But I think Gardevoir is the stronger choice, I would say.
I like it. All right, Libra. So Libras are like kind of bubbly, and they're like they're an air sign. They're super sociable. They social butterflies. They are also to an extent two-faced, although people don't usually talk about that. But I would say like their main thing is like harmony and balance. Like they want everything to be like balanced and harmony. And they believe in social justice usually.
Okay. So that's probably going to be like oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. So it's going to be a flying type for sure.
Okay.
Air sign. Not that every air sign is a flying type, but that's kind of where my head was at. And I was thinking like there's usually like a lot of birds and stuff like that. When you said harmony and balance, I thought of Rayquaza.
Okay.
Rayquaza is one of the legendaries.
Rayquaza. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you pictures of all these Pokemon, and you can like just like put them somewhere.
Yeah.
But I will try to blaze through this because I know I like every time you ask me, I'm like, well, let me talk about this Pokemon that I like and give you all the lore and some of the moves that it uses. But Rayquaza is a legendary Pokemon, and its whole thing is it's a big dragon. It's a big green dragon that lives in space.
Yeah.
And when you're playing the game that it's in, it is there's these two legendaries, Kyogre and Groudon. One is like a big like whale that lives in the ocean, and the other one is like a big lizard that lives on land, and they are sort of at war with each other.
Okay.
Like one of them really wants like there to be land everywhere, and one of them wants to flood the earth. And, and they hate each other, and they're just you get to a point in the game where they're like at this like stalemate, and then Rayquaza comes down and tells both of them to fuck off.
Yeah.
And they're scared of Rayquaza, so they do.
That sounds pretty Libra.
Yeah, and then it goes back up into space.
Yeah.
And so it's like it literally its whole role in the story is to like bring order back to the world, and then you have to go fight it and catch it.
That sounds Libra.
And,
bringing order back to the world?
Yeah. And then there's like another part where like an alien tries to come to Earth, and it goes and like fights the alien because it like isn't from this dimension. You know, so it's like stuff like that. I think Rayquaza.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. They said I'm gonna butcher this. Clefairy?
Clefairy?
Yeah. Charming, balanced, and life of any moonlight gathering. I wouldn't say Libra's the life of a moonlight gathering.
Again, this is why I'm like, this is only for people who watch like the original show, because it's like that's a really the other ones like you can rationalize. Clefairy, I don't get.
You don't see it.
I don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Scorpios
are like the like kind of scary, misunderstood ones. They're really deep and they're very intense, but they're pretty magnetic.
Okay.
It's a water sign.
But
obviously like Scorpio, it's supposed to be like stinging.
Yeah. This one is easy, I think. This one is easy. I'm wondering if it's going to be the same one that's on there, but I really can't see it like going any other direction. Gyarados, I think.
It's not what it has.
Oh, it's not what it has? Okay, interesting.
So explain to me.
So Gyarados is a big, it's a big fish. It's a big, but it's also kind of like a dragon. Okay. It's a water type. You get this little fish called Magikarp, and it's useless. It can't do anything. It cannot hurt other Pokemon. So you literally just throw it in, and then you switch it out so it gets experience. And then once it hits like level 20, it evolves into Gyarados, and it becomes this insanely like strong, Pokemon, and it has like outrageous stats. It's really good in like the competitive scene too, and it's always been good it's from the very beginning again, and it's always been good.
Yeah. And
it's very scary looking. It's a scary, it's a scary Pokemon. So like at first sight, you're like, oh shit, this is like a very scary guy. But it's also like, I think it's a very magnetic Pokemon. It's one of the premier water types, I would say, and everybody loves it. Like it's just such a popular Pokemon, both like from a fan perspective and from like actually using it. You can use it in the main game, and it'll be a breeze. You can use it in like real competitive tournaments where people are like playing cracked out of their mind. Okay. And it's still good. Like, so I think it's magnetic in that way. Okay. So. All
right. They said Mewtwo.
Yeah, I could see that. Mewtwo is misunderstood. I will say. They created it in a lab and and did tests on it, so it became this like, evil, like scary legendary, and then like it learns that like it's like, well, this is like a product of my environment, but like I'm not a product of my environment. Yeah. I'm, it's what I do that determines like the person that I am. That's not the exact quote, but it's like an iconic quote. So Mewtwo, I'm actually kind of with.
Okay.
But I'm sticking with Gyarados.
So Sagittarius.
Okay.
Sagittarius is like, it's the archer is their like thing, their symbol, which also like centaur basically. Right. And they are very honest to a fault.
Okay.
Often need to like stop talking, like learn to shut up kind of vibes.
Got you.
They are very funny. They're very usually like intellectual or really good with like languages or like foreign, I don't know, countries travel. But yeah, funny sign, foreign travel, intelligence, or like higher education as well.
I have kind of a funny one I'm thinking of. I hate that I'm just, it seems like I'm doing mostly the first generation, but like
they're pissed.
No, well, it's like there's 9 generations.
Sure.
So it's like, but those are the ones that like come to mind first too, Initially I'm thinking Mr. Mime.
Okay.
Mr. Mime is sort of just a guy.
Okay.
He's just sort of a guy. And he's a psychic type, so he's very smart. Psychic type is kind of associated with like intelligence and like, cause psychic powers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Of course.
And it's like it is very close to a human. Like it literally just looks like a mime, if that makes sense. Like but kind of like off because it's like he's not like a real guy.
Right.
But he has like human like.
But does he
features.
not talk if he's a mime?
He says Mr. Mime.
Okay.
He says Mr. Mime. But he's also very funny. He'll do like mime stuff. There's like this one of the newer games you can catch a Mr. Mime and it will literally like pretend to sit down on a chair and like open a drink and there's
that's
nothing.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and it's very funny.
Yeah.
I'm using one right now I'm playing Pokemon Leaf Green again. And I'm using one on my team right now, and it's really good. So I'm going Mr. Mime.
Okay. They said Rapidash.
I'm not seeing it. I think they picked it because it's a horse.
I mean, it's a fire horse too. Sagittarius is a fire sign.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
they're like wild, free, and always chasing the next horizon.
That checks 2 of the boxes.
Yeah.
Rapidash is good. Emily's a big Rapidash fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's a horse? Is she kind of a horse girl?
No, I don't think. She just liked it when she first played. Okay. Her favorite one is Espeon, which is a kind of like a purple psychic cat type of Pokemon.
Well, that sounds like the Scorpio one.
Yeah, could be. Could be, but I think if I put Espeon in Scorpio, she would want me to put it in Gemini because she's a Gemini.
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't make sense.
But I didn't put Poliwhirl for Aries, so.
And you'll be rewarded for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Capricorn. Capricorn is the one that's like business minded, like money minded, very into stability, and it's an earth sign.
Okay.
They can be kind of intimidating.
Okay.
They can be kind of hard to read. Oh, they're very much old souls.
Even
like Capricorns when they're young are usually kind of old souls. Ruled by Saturn. Oh, there's so many Pokemon that are ruled by Saturn. No. I'm joking. Its animal is a sea goat.
I know that.
Okay.
I know I know what the animals they are.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know that.
You knew more than a lot of people don't know that.
I know that. I know it's a sea goat. An old soul is interesting. I'm trying to think. It'd probably be like a more prehistoric Pokemon.
Yeah.
So maybe like a fossil. It's hard to think of like a money-minded Pokemon because I have a guess.
Don't have that there?
And you can tell me after.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess they put Meowth or Persian as Sagittarius, or I'm sorry, Capricorn.
They did not.
They did not.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I wonder what it is. I am gonna go kind of a niche one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bastiodon.
Okay.
Which is basically like it's like a kind of like if a Triceratops had a shield for a face.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's like a big rectangular shield. And
that's kind of Capricorn sometimes look like that.
Well, it seems like the most practical. Yeah. Practical makes me think high defense stat.
Yeah,
you know? So because you want to stick around.
Yeah,
right.
True.
And so that would be my reasoning there. It's a very defensive type of Pokemon. Like it's based around being like a bulky Pokemon that can stick around.
Okay.
So I think that is where I'm headed with that. Bastiodon. Yeah.
They said Primeape.
Primeape.
Yeah.
I was thinking about going Primeape for Aries.
Really?
Because Primeape is like pissed off all the time, and it gets an evolution that it gets so angry it dies, and it comes back as an angry ghost. So I don't really know. I don't really consider it money-minded. That's an interesting.
Capricorns can get pissed off pretty easily. I would say.
But I don't see Primeape there.
Yeah, their explanation is focused, determined, and never backs down from a challenge. And I'm not sure I would say that is a good description of Capricorn.
Yeah, so. It doesn't back down from a challenge. That's true. Yeah. But again, it's like this is another one that Ash fucking had in the show.
Of course. Okay, Aquarius.
Okay. That's the vases.
So
the vases.
It's a water bearer.
It looks like a vase. You bear water in a vase?
Yeah. It could be a vase.
Yeah.
Aquarians are, it's an air sign. They kind of, I'm like, how do I want to start? They're kind of quirky, like kind of like weird. They like to be a little bit different. Okay. They're usually like no two Aquarius are like the same, but they have similar tendencies. Ooh, okay. They like to, like debate. They like to... Let's see, because they're very intellectual. They're very smart.
Yeah.
They like I've said this before. My favorite thing about Aquarius is they can play dumb really well.
Okay.
But they're very smart, but they use that to their advantage.
Interesting.
And they're kind of like known as alien-esque, like otherworldly, very social justice minded as well.
Okay.
And they have a bit of like a downtrodden narrative.
What does that mean?
They think that they're the underdog, kind of. Like they have to prove themselves in this world.
Okay, yeah.
Or that everything's trying to get them.
Interesting. The name is kind of silly. I'm thinking Slowking.
Okay.
So I said Slowpoke earlier. Slowpoke is kind of like a dumb, silly guy, right?
Okay, yeah.
And he has two evolutions.
Okay.
So basically, he's got this tail that he dips in the water. And it catches a Pokemon called Shelder, which is a clam. And the clam turns into like this big shell, like clam monster on its tail. And it becomes Slowbro. And he's like kind of like Slowpoke, but he's like a little bigger and he's got a big fucking clam on his tail.
Interesting.
But then there's another evolution where it bites its head. And it gets stuck on its head. And the pressure from the clam on its head make it very smart.
Okay.
And it becomes like super intelligent.
Yeah.
And there's one in one of the movies that like literally is like capable of like human speech.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, and it's a very what's the word? It's a very put together Pokemon. Like Slowbro's very like dumb and kind of looking off, and like Slowking's got his hands behind his back. He's very like mindful and and just kind of
that's pretty Aquarius. Mindful with your hands behind your back.
Yeah, just very like very contemplative. So I think Slowking is kind of what I'm gonna stick with. And I saw your screen.
They said Psyduck.
Psyduck is also a great choice.
Yeah,
Psyduck is also.
Psyduck because odd, brilliant, and quietly chaotic. Yeah, I'm like, I see that.
Yeah, and when in the show when he gets a headache, he gets really strong psychic powers. So kind of similar to Slowking in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one. Pisces.
Gotta be a fish.
Yeah. Surely.
Yeah, gonna be a fish.
So Pisces are, it's hard to describe Pisces. They're very creative. They're kind of like a combination of all the signs because they're the last sign. Mm-hmm. It's ruled by Neptune.
Right.
Fish, obviously.
Yeah.
Water sign. Very like emotional and emotionally intelligent. Like I would say like the most intuitive, able to like read other people, emotions. Not necessarily the most tactful, I'll say, but they are like usually very dreamy.
Okay.
They're creative dreamers kind of vibe.
Creative dreamers. Did they put Lapras?
No.
No? Interesting. I'm like 0 for 10. I'm like, what did they put? What did they put? Except I guess I got Charizard, but I might go I think I'm gonna go with Kyogre, who I talked about already.
Okay.
Kyogre is the water half of the legendaries that Rayquaza had to calm down. Okay. And their lore in the Pokemon world is they like rule the ocean basically.
Sure. Ooh.
Yeah. That's and I think I would consider like I was thinking about going like Lapras, which is what I was gonna guess was on there. Lapras is a turtle, but it's very like it's a very like friendly, like motherly type of Pokemon, and it like it's the one that is like carries you across the ocean. Yeah. I think Kyogre is like a little bit better just because it has that like legendary lore to it, and when it comes out on the field, it makes it rain. So it like has like an ability to kind of like influence the weather, which doesn't necessarily have to do with Pisces, but I do think that is like sort of an intuitive ability. Yeah.
Pisces can like kind of influence people's like kind of emotions and stuff. So I would say that's kind of similar.
Yeah. I think Kyogre is what I'm going to go with. What did they put?
They put Diglett.
Diglett is weird. I don't hate it, but it's weird.
They said dreamy, gentle, and always tuned into the unseen.
Diglett is none of those things.
Really?
Diglett is a mole that sticks out of the ground.
I'm like, this is a picture of it. I'm like, is it just because there's a star in that one picture?
It sticks out of the ground. They're saying unseen because it goes into a hole. Like that's like the most thin one on that entire list. Yeah. I don't get Ditto at all because Ditto doesn't like, I'm sorry, Diglett. Yeah. Diglett doesn't have like. A lot of these Pokemon that they picked are like, ones you would see in the show that do have like a personality. Right. Diglett's just kind of there. He's just kind of like a little mole that like.
Sometimes Pisces are just kind of there.
Yeah, I guess so.
No. Y'all have personalities.
Yeah. But I think the rest of the fish Pokemon don't really like have that kind of depth to them that Kyogre does. Okay. And I don't really feel right going a non-water type.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Post, by the way, has 96,000 likes. Like people agreed for some reason.
That's crazy.
I know, but I think that's a great list.